America Weekend.
It's America Weekend. I'm Turi Ryder. This is the Memorial Day weekend edition, and we have been pausing in places to commemorate particular soldiers who have sent us their memories and people they'd like to keep in mind this holiday weekend. But I thought, because it's also a holiday where people kick back, have a little fun, maybe, just maybe, this is the weekend that you are spending with a new person in your life, in which case he or she might very well go into your refrigerator. You might say, yeah, go get yourself a Coke. Yeah, go get yourself a beer. And what would your refrigerator say about you? What would your refrigerator? There's a gentleman named John Stonehill who has come up with a new, I saw the video on YouTube. He's come up with a new refrigerator makeover service. If you want a date and you're worried about what your refrigerator says about you, you need to check out the fridge consultant here. And it's partly tongue in cheek, I'm guessing, and partly tongue on whatever's in your refrigerator. Welcome, John. Thanks for joining us on America Weekend.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure being here.
How did you come up with the idea of the refrigerator makeover and the refrigerator consultant? What's the genesis of this?
Well, funny thing is I didn't get married till a couple of years ago, so I was single for a long time.
Wait. How old were you? How old are you?
I'm 43 now.
Okay, so you got married at about 40.
I got married at 41.
Okay.
And ever since I was in college, whenever I went back to a girl's place, I would always check her refrigerator. And just instinctually, I just got so much more insight into who they were as a person. And here's the funny thing I think we could all relate to, and I love the way you hit the nail on the head. There's so much universal truth to what I do, but it's also very tongue-in-cheek, and it's also just a lot of fun to kind of, decipher and have idea, right, this might mean this might mean that. The fact is, though, nothing says more about who we are than what we eat and what we drink.
That's very true. I mean, there have been guys, there was a guy I dated exactly once. I couldn't stand, A, what he ate, and B, how he ate. All he ate. He would never eat a vegetable that wasn't a potato, and all he ate was steak and potatoes for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I just thought, at that point, I was sort of looking for a husband. I thought, I can't live with somebody who eats like that. Who can live like that?
And it's so funny that you say that, because probably all your girlfriends are saying, oh, you want to see what this guy's going to look like in 20 years? Check out his dad. It's like, no, check out his fridge. See what he's eating now, because this guy's eating. Here's the thing. I love steak and potatoes, but the reality, life's moderation. This guy, he has it once a week, great, but 3 times a day, I agree. That's a very big red flag of what this guy's going to be like to have a life with down the road.
Well, and for however long he lives, he looked a little potato-y, actually. Now,
and
I've also...
going to get even worse.
Pardon me?
And it's probably going to only get worse as he gets older.
Yes. And it was exactly on paper. He was, he was the Harvard lawyer. He was everything, that many people's parents would pick out for you, but not for me. So... And also, you might want to eliminate somebody who has like nothing but alcohol in his or her fridge, or no? Does that just mean he or she is in a partying phase?
Well, I look at a lot of different elements in a fridge. I always like to see alcohol in a fridge because, speaking personally, that's a fit for me because I'm a drinker. The thing about life is it's not just about what's black and white when it comes to dating. It's about what's right for us. And I couldn't date somebody that was sober. And the thing is, a couple of my closest dearest friends are
You mean sober like all the time, or just like sober? You couldn't date somebody who's ever sober? What?
No. God forbid. No, Mom, if you're listening, I'm not an alcoholic. Thank you. No, I just mean like somebody who's sober all the time. And I have some dear, close friends that are sober all the time. It's just one of those things where, like, they're dear friends to me. It's just not that they're a good fit on the romantic front. So I'd love to see some kind of alcohol in the fridge. And by the way, Turi, I think you have a very sexy bottom shelf on your fridge door. We'll get to that in a minute.
Oh, thank you. But yes, I texted my refrigerator. I texted it over to Mr. Stonehill to look at it, and we'll put that on the America Weekend website so you can see my refrigerator, because he's going to tell me what my refrigerator says about me in a minute. So what should a guy have and what should a girl have if you're set dressing your refrigerator to make the best impression? What should be in there?
Right off the bat, your fridge needs to be clean and organized. The thing I find in general is chaos in one's fridge usually equals chaos in one's life.
Oh,
The
dear.
fridge is it's most yeah, we'll get to that. The fridge is the most important appliance in our lives. It's our sustenance. It's our watering hole. During you're talking before, Tori, I was listening to you. You're talking about the holidays and getting family together. Where does the family gather? We gather in the kitchen, and that's like that kind of special place. Everybody's always checking the fridge to see what's in there. If that fridge is all over the place, if it's a little chaotic, it doesn't mean that's your life overall, but at least at that moment in time, whether it's that day, whether it's that week, you're having a crazy week at work. The fact is your life is probably more chaotic that week than it normally is if your fridge is probably chaotic as well.
And stuff in there shouldn't smell bad, right?
No, and that's what my fridge epiphany. If you go to checktheirfridge.com and you read the prologue, it's so funny to talk about people on paper because I got set up with a doctor. She was cute, adorable, nice family, smarter than I am, Ivy League everything. And I went back to her place on the second day, Tori, and I opened up that fridge door, and it was the stinkiest, most disgusting thing I've ever smelled in my life.
Ooh, yucko. The other thing I don't like is if all people have in there is like manufactured food, I don't like that either. Like I look in the freezer if you want to know the truth. I want to know if they're living on lean cuisine.
Yeah, listen, to me, look, when I get the full fridge picture, I'd love to see the fridge and the freezer. I know we're just going to talk about your fridge today, but absolutely, it's all there, and to me, it's also about a balance. And when you look at a fridge, I could literally get so much insight into somebody's income, their lifestyle, their hobbies, what kind of romantic partner they're going to be. Are they physically taking care of themselves, which is so important, because let's be frank, if you're not putting your best foot forward when you're single, you're probably going to look worse when you're married. That's just a fact of life.
Well, what if you warn the person? What if you say, look, I'm really hot now, but I can tell you that the minute we get married, I'm going to gain 30 pounds. Is that fair?
No, I don't think it's fair, because I think it's basically taking advantage of your partner. I mean,
but what if you said so? What if you say, look, this is me. I'm once I have a family and kids and I'm busy, the thing that's going to go out the window is exercise, and I will look like the Pillsbury Doughboy after 10 years of marriage. What if you disclose that up front?
Look, then I think it's great. I mean, there's nothing more I love than honesty and being upfront. Why waste people's time? If you're totally upfront about it,
okay,
that's great.
Right.
But in terms of like the bait and switch thing, or at least saying this is me, and suddenly,
Oh,
again,
okay. Because I warned my husband, Save the Planet, who's Mr. Jock and has like the fabulous physique. I said, here's the deal with me. I have 3 sizes in my closet all the time: optimistic, realistic, and don't care to discuss it. And I got news for you.
Hilarious.
If I got kids at home, they're going to be, if we have kids, it's going to be don't care to discuss it until they're gone to college. So there you go. And he was like, cool. He said, as long as you're healthy, I really, I don't care. Which the flip side of that is you can wear your shirt inside out all day and he won't notice that either. So
that is true. And,
yeah.
And here's the thing also, though, it's not just about the size of your dress or whatever it is. It's about being healthy. The fact is you need to, and I don't care if you're a size 2 or you're a size 12, you need to eat well and eat healthy, because again, to me, it's not just about size. It's about not creating physical and health problems for you down the road if you are way overweight. So, again, it's not like a superficial thing. To me, it's the health thing is the most important aspect to me when it comes to that.
Okay, so who's coming to you for dating refrigerator makeovers now?
Well, that was a new aspect. Normally how, Check Their Fridge literally just launched this past fall. I've already been on like a ton of TV shows, radio shows. I'm being covered. It's crazy how I'm doing an article with Cosmopolitan Australia this month because they reached out to me because they heard about the blog. It's crazy how it's taken off and how the world has become so small. And the way it really launched was I posed a question, what does your fridge say about you? And people send me pictures of their dates or their own fridges, and I break it down of what it'd be like to date this person. And then I'll do a fun tongue-in-cheek little, dating scorecard of the likelihood you guys will end up romantic, the likelihood you guys will be married, and the likelihood that if it's a guy,
people can
you're
send
sleeping with the enemy.
People can send you their pictures and you'll send them back an analysis.
I'll post it on my blog and I'll do a full analysis. And then at the end, I do this fun little thing of like a kind of tongue-in-cheek of sleeping with the enemy with Julia Roberts, or is she going to boil your bunny if it's a girl fridge? Obviously, the fun reference from Fatal Attraction. So
okay, so with the one, because we've eaten up so much time, you should pardon the expression, I tweeted you, emailed you a picture of my fridge. So with the minute we have left, what do you think of my It's so embarrassing.
Well, right off the bat, if I saw you in a bar, I would say, all right, Tori's cute. You know what? She's going to give me the Heisman. She's going to reject me. Why? Because this fridge is so clear that you are married with a couple of kids. It's so obvious that when I look at this fridge, I see somebody who's unavailable. You have way too much stuff for only one person. Too much stuff is perishable. Your sizes of the portions that you're buying are way too large for one person.
Oh, that's true. That's not only my family. That's also company coming for Friday night.
And you know what? I love that. I love the fact that you're into family, you're into friends. That's such an important part of your lifestyle. In terms of kid food, you got the large maple syrup that I love. Most single adults don't have a gallon of milk. You do. You have two kinds of peanut butter. I love peanut butter. God bless you. But the reality that you have two kinds, that also is kind of a little...
Actually, you know what? That's not the two kinds of peanut butter. That's chaos. That's me not being able to find one jar because the refrigerator was so packed. So I opened another one. So you were right on the chaos. Chaos reigns.
Chaos. It's almost like you and your husband have outgrown your space a little bit. Your fridge is so crowded. I mean, look at those peppers. Your peppers are trying to escape. The last time I saw places crowded, I was watching Slumdog Millionaire. I was in
Thank you for being with us.
America Weekend.